Hey guys, it's Ryan again. Hope you liked my last video. So, if you're playing around with the Hello World app, we're going to do something a little different today, and we're going to actually create somewhat of a game, like a fortune teller app, I guess, with, that does random predictions. So I hope this guide helps. So I'm going to do this from start to finish. The same way we did the Hello World app. We're going to do a single view application, fortune teller. Okay, off to our storyboard. Changes iPhones. Okay, so fortune teller app will need most likely the same objects as before, but we're going to add an image. So image here. Let's resize this. Make it nice and even. I got stuck. Alrighty. Center this. That's fine. Make it a little smaller. There we go. So this will be the image of our fortune teller, which we'll find on Google later. Next, we need a button. Just name the button. Say ask. Nice and simple. And the label. This way is easier. Let's center this. There we go. Next, me a question. Okay. So let's head out to Google and find an image for our fortune teller. Which one of these creepy old ladies should we use? Looking for something a little more cartoon-like. Yeah, this one's nice. So it's a desktop. Let's edit it real quick in Photoshop. Just get rid of the bottom piece. Don't really care about the watermarks right now since I'm not going to publish this in the App Store. Oops, wrong one. I missed a spot. Try that again. There we go. save it to fortune teller page. Back to the Finder. What is it, my desktop? XCode. Best thing about XCode is just drag and drop. I could put in an image set, but then we'll have to resize it for different devices. So I'm just going to drag it in. I like keeping things organized, so I'm just going to create a folder for it. I'm going to find it. Alright. So we got our fortune teller here. Let's go images. Copy if needed, yes. Okay, back to the storyboard. So we'll give this box an image, and that's going to be our fortune teller. Yay! Let's make it a little bigger. There we go. So next thing we do is create our outlets. Go to the header file, and we're going to do the same thing as the Hello World app. I'm going to click on it, Control, drag. This will be, what we call it, fortune teller image. Control, click, drag. Mask label. This, Control, click, drag. Mask button. So we need to do an action for a button like the first app. Let's name it ask press button. It's an action. Cool. So what happens when we press the button? Basically, we want to change the label to something. So let's test this out real quick. So I've got ask label.text equals yes. Let's test it out. Click ask, and it's yes. So next problem is creating multiple strings. We can do this in a few ways. Since we're only going to have a few answers for this, we'll keep it to a small array. Let's close the simulator. Head back to the code. Okay, so first thing we need to do is create our array. Just going to copy and paste. And this array, we're going to call it, what should we call it? Let's call it prediction array, since it's going to keep all of our predictions. And that should be good. Okay, so we're going to head back. Let's close the system editor. Don't need that screen anymore. Now we need to create the array and give it some values. What do we call it again? The self.prediction array equals. So now we need to create what the array is. So it's ns array. We need to allocate it. After we allocate it, we need to initialize it. So we're going to initialize it with objects. That would work. What are we going to put in there? Let's see. So what are some answers fortune tellers usually give? We got our basic yes and no. If you're wondering about the add symbols and the quotation mark, this is how you do string values, basically text in Objective-C. So we have our yes and no. Let's do some really odd ones. What else fortune tells? I guess unlikely. And failure in your near future is near. Semicolons, pain in the butt. Okay. What did I do wrong? Oh, forgot. They needed another bracket. Now what's wrong? Objects will be released after assign. Yep. We don't want it stored, so that's fine if it's released. Next thing we do. So next thing, we need some way of getting these items here. Since it's an array, their index values are from 0 to 1 to, this will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So to use a randomizer, let's use a random number generator. So we need an integer for that, and we'll call it count what? Count random equals, we'll call the random function, which is arc for random. We'll use the uniform. We need to call numbers from 0 to 3, which I'm pretty sure. Actually, we could have it count itself. So we could do self.predictionArray.count. This will basically count how many items are in here, how many objects. And now we set the text. So when the button is pressed, we're going to load up these array items. We're going to generate a random count to figure out which one to use. Now we need to assign it to this. So we're going to do self.prediction array let's call things objects at index. Yep. The index is going We need an integer, and that's going to be our count. Count random. Let's see if this works. So when the user presses the button, create an array, these objects, then we create a random number from how many objects are in here, and then we set the label to one of the objects that code that pretty much is assigned with the object number in the array count. Let's see if this works. It's pretty much a whole bunch of possibilities you can do with this app. Instead of doing a fortune teller, you could do random pickup lines or something. So let's ask the question. Does this app work? No. So we're not having any of the text display, so we did something wrong. Let's go back and check. Quit simulator. What did I do wrong? Maybe I wasn't supposed to create this as a weak object. Let's change it to strong. Let's try it again. Okay, does this app work? Yes. Hey, that was pretty good. Let's ask another question. Should we end this tutorial? No? I don't like that answer. Alrighty, so that's cool, it works. So you can pretty much put any amount of text you want in here, different string objects. It doesn't have to be a fortune teller app, you could create your own. You could create like a random code generator, or you could get a whole bunch of text of Chuck Norris jokes, put it in there and generate Chuck Norris jokes. Later on you'll see how we can create a backend and update the amount of text we have, the quotes or whatever. Alright, thanks for watching. Also remember to check out my apps in the App Store. Give the search GeeksDoByte or my name. More info will be in the description of the video. Also, we'll be posting this on GitHub if anyone wants to use this.